go ahead and let's talk about the artificial intelligence strategy now. And to do the same, I will invite on stage Ms. Rishu Sharma, who's the Principal Analyst, Cloud and Artificial Intelligence at IDC India. And as I mentioned, she would be talking about artificial intelligence here today and everywhere tomorrow, a manuscript for tomorrow's organization. She leads the consulting and research practice for cloud and AI markets in India. She's a frequent keynote speaker, and her view on cloud and AI markets have been quoted in numerous publications on CNBC and Economic Times, just to name a few. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ms. Sharma on the stage. Welcome in.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Rishu Sharma, and I take care of the cloud and AI research for IDC India, where I speak to the end user group like yourself, as well as the vendor community, to understand where is it that the gap exists and how we can leverage the technology to cover it. Now, what is the link between blinking of an eye and detecting of a credit card fraud? And how is that associated with the average lifespan of organizations decreasing to 16 years from 81 years? The answer to both the questions is digital transformation. And thanks to advancement in technologies like automation, artificial intelligence, as well as machine learning, we are seeing the global tech market advance tremendously. In fact, it takes about 300 milliseconds for a human to blink an eye, but it takes about 40 to 60 milliseconds for an AI system to detect a credit card fraud. And on that interesting note, ladies and gentlemen, on my slides today, I'm going to take you through how organizations can adopt to artificial intelligence and what is the roadmap that they should be following. I'll also take you through a couple of pillars that we've defined at IDC and show you examples of organizations who are doing just that. Now, the world has changed in the past couple of years. In fact, technology is driving transformation and changing not only the society, but also the industry as a whole. We're seeing exponential distribution of apps, systems, as well as data, all of which requires newer platforms when it comes to innovation for scale. And this demands the whole set of unstructured data being put into use to make some side of insightful value for organizations to be able to make decisions as when they want, how they want, and wherever they want. And all of this does require a system of intelligence, a system that can help you make insightful decisions. I like to call it augmented intelligence because it is not about organizations being replaced by humans. It is about the intelligence being complemented by machines. We're seeing how the global market is evolving. Let's see how India is warming up to it. Now, when we spoke to the organizations in India, we found that about 44% of the organization consider AI as a key technology for their digital transformation strategy. But the interesting part is when we asked them what were the key technologies that they planned to invest, none of the organizations in India said AI was among the key priorities. But the number increased to a whopping 27% in 2019. In fact, we also spoke to about 200 leaders in India, and we found that by 2021, artificial intelligence will help in doubling the rate of innovation, higher margins, as well as employee productivity. Now, the interesting part is that 86% of the organization mentioned that they had a failure rate of less than 50% when it came to AI projects. And reasons being, unclear expectations, lack of skills, as well as lack of implementation of technology. But the better news is that 7% of the organizations in India said they had a 0% failure rate when it came to implementing AI projects. The regional number stands at about 4%, clearly showing that India market is fairly mature when it comes to adopting AI. How then do we decrease the number on the left and increase the number on the right? Organizations must look at a clear balance of augmented and intelligence. It is about having the right mix of culture, which stays within your organization and periphery, and having a right mix of innovation. It is going to be about augmenting your talent and governance while also leveraging the intelligence from the platforms and the processes. And at the backbone of all of this is going to be data. Now, data is something that is core to an organization strategy. In fact, a success of an AI system depends on three major things: computing power, machine learning algorithms, as well as data. Now, computing power is something that can be leveraged over cloud or bought over. The machine learning algorithms can be leveraged over open source platform. But data is something that is going to be unique and helping every organization create a competitive differentiation. On my coming slides, I'm going to take you through each one of these pillars individually and also show you example of some of the organizations who are doing just that. Let's start with the processes pillar. Now, AI is transforming the processes all over the world. It is important to have an AI roadmap because AI is still nascent and not clearly understood. In fact, organizations should deal with defining a systematic framework when it comes to defining the use cases and the processes that will go through the transformation. It's about having a hub that analyzes the investments that are made on AI and identifies the key wins, thereby ensuring that they are easily replicated all across the organization. Let me give you an example here. Now, Coca-Cola has been leveraging artificial intelligence when it comes to incentivizing its customers, specifically to clicking selfies with the Coca-Cola bottle through machine learning. Not only that, the organization has leveraged machine learning when it comes to analyzing the results on social media to increase its engagements as well as footprints. In fact, the company promoted the vending machines wherein the customers could choose among the flavors that were available within the drinks. And that acted as a basis for the strategy for the company, and it helped Coca-Cola launch the Cherry Sprite flavor, which, as we all know, was quite a success. Now, on my next slide, I'm going to take you through the governance pillar. Now, the reason why ethics are now important is because machine learning is residing between us and the organizations that we're dealing with. Now, AI is not neutral. It is created by humans and utilized by humans. And it is exposed to the biasness that we all have. In fact, there have been instances when the biasness have been found in hiring softwares, in imaging searches, as well as financial searches. IDC predicts that by 2022, 65% of the organizations will entail their CIOs when it comes to defining the governance and ethics around artificial intelligence, machine learning, as well as data ethics. As the systems are becoming more smarter, faster, and human-like, they are also inheriting the flaws that a human would have. The question then arises, how do we reduce the biasness in the AI systems? How do we protect the systems from the adversaries? How do we define the human treatment of an AI? And how do we define the control of these complex intelligence systems? It's basically dependent on the three models, as I would like to say, for an AI. It can be centralized when it comes to having a central unit for governance and guidelines. It can be distributed, wherein it is available throughout the line of businesses as well as IT. And it can be federated, wherein you have a centralized unit which is physically co-located and embedded within the line of businesses as well as IT. Let me show you an example here. Now, police forces all across the world have been leveraging AI systems when it comes to not only digitization of the records, but also solving criminal cases. Now, Dubai police had leveraged AI-powered systems when it came to arrest of over 100 criminals. New York police was able to establish a database of over 17,000 criminals in the past 5 years. South Wales police, in fact, has been using facial recognition when it comes to identifying of the criminals in a large set of crowd. And closer home, we are seeing Rajasthan police, as well as Punjab Police, leveraging AI systems when it came to not only digitizing 90,000 criminal records, but also solving over 100 criminal cases. But all of this has already had the ethical debate on wherein the activists are questioning the validity of these systems. They say that these systems are based on the principles that treats every human as a part of a gang. In fact, there are cases where there has been a biasness when it comes to people of color as well as women. It then boils down to having the right trade-off between privacy as well as security. In fact, it needs the scrutiny of algorithms to ensure that it falls within the national legal frameworks, and then it is going to be an iterative process to decide which are the good tools to keep and the ones requiring improvement. On my next slide, I'm going to take you through the talent pillar. Now, the global available AI task force is about 300,000 people, but the demand is in millions. There's already a shortfall of the people that are available who could work on AI systems, and that's limited not only to the scientists, but also newer roles like data infrastructure, data governance, data hygiene, data ethics. IDC predicts that by 2019, 25% of the IT processes will be automated, which will help organizations derive a productivity of about 15%. In fact, organizations will more and more replace their traditional KPIs with key behavior indicators. 40% of the workers will be utilizing gig economy when it comes to offering their skills like digital skills. And by 2024, 50% of the structured repeatable tasks will be automated, and 20% of the workers will have artificial intelligence software as their co-workers. It is not about machines replacing humans. It is about machines working in coherence with humans. As humans help in augmenting machines, machines simultaneously help in enhancing the human intelligence, and this requires a seamless process that has to be created. It is about having the right mix of fusion skills, wherein the employees are sort of trained on the human level interface. Let me show you an example here. Now, AT&T has the largest task force in the world when it comes to employees. And the company had a fair choice to make between investing in the large or expensive softwares or reskilling their existing employees. The organization decided to reskill 50% of its employees on trainings like machine learning as well as data sciences. On my next slide, I'm going to take you through the technology pillar.
There she is. Let's get started. First, let me introduce you to Mini-Me. There she is, my perfect holograph. And thanks to the power of HoloLens 2, she just floats right with me. I'm literally holding my hologram, so natural. Now she's a little small to do a keynote. So let's get her up so she can do full-size Japanese keynote. Render keynote.
ホログラムになることには本当に驚くべきことがあります。私たちは最新の複合現実キャプチャ技術を使用し、私のホログラムを作成しています。実在の人物をホログラムとして見たことがあるかもしれませんが、私が実際に日本語を話しているのが新しいのです。私は日本語を話しませんが、私の声とホログラムは完璧な日本語で話しています。これはニューラルテキスト読み上げと呼ばれる最新の人工知能技術、いわゆるニューラル TTS を使用しています。私たちは自分の声の録音を使用し、私のように聞こえる私自身の個人的な音声署名を作成します。日本語からフランス語、ポルトガル語まで話せます。今、この技術は私たちが働き、遊び、生活する方法に関して、世界中の国境や障壁を取り除くことができると想像してみてください。まさに SF が現実になるところです。
I showed this video to my daughter. She's a 6-year-old, and she's learning Spanish as part of her curriculum. And the first thought she had, she's like, Mom, it's going to be so cool if I had a clone of myself, because then it can take my Spanish assessment. And in my head, I'm going, yeah, that is the pros and cons that I'm going to be talking about. But yeah, Microsoft recently launched the Holopotation, which uses the mixed reality, artificial intelligence, and neural speech text-to-speech. In fact, it allows the 3D creation of any human to be recreated and transmitted anywhere in the world in real time. While this keynote was being delivered, there was a possibility of delivering it in 40 different languages in real time. This is a big advancement in the world of AI technology. This brings me to my fifth and the last pillar. IDC predicts that by 2023, we're going to have 103 zettabytes of new data, of which only 27% will be useful if it is tagged. Less than 50% of which will be actually tagged, and when it comes to being analyzed, 1/5 of it is going to be analyzed. And when it comes to feeding into the AI systems, it is going to be 15% of data. So in principle, we are talking about having less than 1% of the data being fed into the AI systems. Now, gone are the days, when we would have structured data. As we are seeing exponential distribution of data, we are seeing data getting more dynamic, more diverse. It is available on the cloud, it's available on the edge, as well as it's available on-premise. It is humanly impossible to go through that large unstructured data set, and this requires a system of intelligence that can help you scan through that unstructured data and derive value of it. Let me show you an example here. Now, established in 1922, USAA is an organization that provides banking and insurance services to the people working in the military forces and their family. The company was quick to understand and pursue an AI-first strategy. In fact, it realized that the data it had was unique when it came to individual profiles, individual income, family profiles. And it actually sort of made plans around clubbing it with the external sources like Waze. Imagine being able to club auto insurer data from USSA with Waze, wherein there is a probability of getting the real-time information about the drivers. This, ladies and gentlemen, brings me to my last slide. Now, AI is not in technology advancement. We got to deal it as a business initiative. It is going to be about improving the existing business processes through intelligent process automation, as well as empowering our employees. It is going to be about transforming our existing business models, wherein there's a seamless experience that is being delivered to the customer. It is about disrupting the market models that are currently pursued by ensuring that there's a seamless machine and human collaboration. In fact, I was thinking what to put on the last slide, wherein I found this quote from Jack Ma, and he clearly echoed our thoughts. He said, machines will partner and cooperate with machines, which is the augmented pillar that we spoke about. And machines will do what humans are incapable of doing, which is where we see intelligence coming into picture. As you progress on your digital transformation journey, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you keep in mind the 5 pillars that we just spoke about, and it really helps you in your journey forward. Thank you so much. You all have been a lovely audience. Thank you.